Hello. The WINCART project welcomes you to our research study. This study will investigate how different social, cultural, and personal factors influence tobacco use among young adult Pacific Islanders. We invited you to participate in this study because you are between 18 and 29 years old, and you self-identify as either Native Hawaiian, Samoan, Chamorro, Tongan, Marshallese, or other Pacific Islander ethnicity, and you are either a current or former tobacco user. Today, you'll be doing 4 different, very simple tasks. Let's go through them. Your first task is simple. Read and sign some forms describing the study in greater detail. Next, you'll sit at a computer and take 2 different assessments. The first one is called the Iowa Gambling Task, which is a card game. The second is an online survey. And finally, you'll have a one-on-one interview with one of our study representatives. The entire process should take a couple hours, after which you will be compensated for your time. Let's get started. Introduction to the Iowa Gambling Task. After you have looked over and signed all the consent and assent forms, we will give you a computer that you will use to take the Iowa Gambling Task, or IGT. When you start the IGT, you will see 4 decks of cards, A, B, C, and D. You will then pick one card from any deck you choose simply by clicking the deck. Every time you pick a card, the computer will tell you that you won some money. You can track your winnings by looking at the green bar at the top of the screen. The amount you win is different for every card. Sometimes when you pick a card, though, you will not only win money, you will also lose money. You might even lose more money than you win. Every time you lose money, your green bar will shorten. The good news is that you can constantly switch back from one deck to another. And some decks have better cards than others, though obviously we can't tell you which. You will begin with a credit of 2,000. This credit is represented by the red bar at the top of the screen. At the end of the game, you must repay this credit. Your goal is to avoid the bad decks and earn as much profit as possible before the computer ends the game. Once you have finished playing the Iowa Gambling Task, you will then start the online survey. Introduction to the online survey and in-person interview. After you finish the Iowa Gambling Task, you will begin an online survey. The survey has no time limit and no right or wrong answers. Best of all, the study representative will be with you the whole time to answer any questions you may have. The survey has 3 general types of questions that you will encounter. The first type are questions about your background and daily life. The second type of question will be about your tobacco use, or lack thereof. The last type of question will be about your emotions, moods, and decision-making. Once you're done with the online survey, there will be a short break. Then we will begin the in-person interview. Over the course of a half hour or so, we will ask you questions about your tobacco use. The interview will be recorded, and your identity and answers kept anonymous. The answers you give are wholly voluntary, and you can refuse to answer any question. After this in-person interview, your afternoon with us will end. We will then compensate you for your time.